There we go. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today I'm with my bro Sean and the Herc fam. Everybody go ahead and take a chance to introduce yourself. I'll let Sean start, then we'll go with Logan, Anthem, and let's go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm Sean. I have a little company called Just Learn Crypto in Canada. We do events, we do some marketing, just general education, helping people get into the space. And I've been following the Herc project quite a bit, so glad to be here on the fireside and do some learning.
Your turn, Logan.
Hey, I'm Logan.
Who are you? What do you do?
I'm the CTO of Hercules, SCCC here in Cayman. I lead a global team of developers and engineers into the future of our product.
Oh, nice to have you on the show, bro. Nice to have you back on the show, actually. And as well with you, Anthem. How goes it? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Thank you, Ken and Sean, for being such awesome hosts. My name is Anthem Blanchard, CEO, co-founder of Hercules. We are supply chain software. We're the first multi-layer blockchain that works. It's commercial grade. You can use it 10,000 times, 32 cents. It's price predictable. And we're helping people free themselves by eliminating corruption through trusted numbers. So that's what I do.
Awesome, man. It sounds complicated, but I'm happy you're doing it, not me. And we have a special guest here, actually. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, bro? Let everybody know who you are and what you do with the project.
Hello.
Yes. How goes it?
My name is Sean, and I'm a dev.
Dun, dun, dun.
That means he's basically one of those like wizards.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
So you're way smarter than us. That's cool.
So you're actually going to be coming to Ottawa soon, right? To hang out at the Satoshi's Ball with us?
Yeah, that's the plan. Get up there and meet some people and talk about some cryptocurrency stuff. Be
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, we got about, what, 10 companies coming out to represent at the Satoshi's Ball?
Yeah, there's going to be about 10 exhibitors. We've got a couple hours of networking, drinks, food, and then pretty much just an after party from 9 p.m. on. And, still some great networking, but I think a lot of people have been to a lot of conferences this year, and we're getting close to Christmas, so time to have a bit more of a fun event, enjoy it, shake off the bear market of the year, and the people that are going to be coming to the event, the companies that are contributing to this event, they survived the bear market. They're still here, and they're still doing things in the space, and I think that you deserve to be celebrated for that. So that's kind of the inspiration behind Satoshi's Ball. So it's awesome. The Hercules team, you guys are contributing to the event as well. Sean, you're going to be bringing down something for some of the attendees. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we're going to bring some paper wallets with us. So we're going to load up some unspent outputs and put them onto some paper and hand them out. And you'll be able to load your coins from there using the private keys.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, Logan, do you have any specific app or wallet or anything that people could easily or conveniently kind of sweep those private keys or anything like that? Because I don't want people to risk the exposure of the private key, or maybe the paper wallet could get damaged, stuff like that. How could people attending the event go about it? What's some of the ways that maybe you've done something like that?
I'd say the best way out there right now is the Edge wallet. You can scan and take the tokens right off. Edge has provided a native environment to add the Herc token to the wallet. It's an ERC suggestion now, and it's been fully integrated into the community, so you can just scan the metadata of a token directly into the wallet. We provide a instruction tutorial on just how to do that.
Nice. So it's going to be pretty easy for the guests to come out, and me and Ken will be helping people download an Edge wallet, also a Monarch wallet. It's always good to have your assets kind of spread out between a couple and see which one you like the most. So with the Edge wallet, they'll be able to just scan the paper wallet that you guys are going to bring and import the Hercules tokens right to it. So it'll be nice and easy for people, because hopefully we're going to have some people that are new to the crypto space, and we're going to be opening up new wallets and kind of on-ramping people in. So it's cool that they're going to be able to start hodling right away and get some Hercules token.
So yeah, since we're going to have a few noobs in this space and we're going to be going through the process, I was just wondering, Anthem, if you had any advice, if anybody's ever had any issues with like private keys or any way to go about like using a wallet, maybe some advice for people. Is there anything that you may be able to advise when sweeping private keys and for a first-time user of like a digital asset wallet on their phone? What's some of the things that you could advise?
Oh, that's great. This is number 1, 2, and 3 is write down your information, and try to do it on a piece of paper with a pen or a pencil, and that's like number 1. When we prompt people to do that when they're purchasing Hercs, they can purchase them off of crowdfunder.com. First time they're ever hosting a utility token offering, which is pretty cool, and then going into our payment platform. It's really, really, important. And, Edge does a pretty good job of reminding people, and really just whatever your username is, your password, or really phrase, make it like a sentence, make it something after, you pass away. So you have to really treat this wallet like, you would your most valuable, treasured, possessed assets.
All right. I'm just seeing a screen sharing right now come in from Crowdfunder. I have no idea where it's coming from. Someone's... Oh, Sean, you're sharing your screen. Just so you know.
I'm sharing.
Okay.
Oh, you're sharing. Somebody was sharing their screen. Came out of nowhere. Oh, here we go. That's cool.
So you guys said that Herc is the first security token issued on the Crowdfunder platform. Did you guys have to go through any hoops to do that? Like, did they need convincing that you guys weren't?
No, we are the first utility token.
Right.
Offered on the...
So yeah, Hercules is a blockchain protocol, and so that means that we are software access in terms of what Herc is.
Yeah, you're a utility token, not a security token. That's what I meant.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all good.
But you're the first utility token to be listed.
This is their first ever token.
That's awesome.
So how's this process as an investor? If somebody was to go through this campaign, do they get the private keys to the assets that they're obtaining, or is it something? Is there I'm just curious how that kind of works out as for a novice investor.
Yeah, so we built this with Crowdfunder to be specifically designed for novices, for non-crypto, for noobs.
Awesome.
And they can buy, $100 with their credit card. They can buy with a bank wire. And if they want to buy with crypto, they can buy with BTC or ETH. And then the Herc is also now already listed on secondary markets. So people that are more experts or used to digital, asset marketplaces can check Herc out at places like IDAX or DovaTrade or Ally Token or System Coin, and experience the ability to purchase our software keys Hercs there. So yeah, we're pretty stoked. So
nice.
It's been really exciting since our launch October 29th. So we're really new out the gate, and yeah, we're stoked to get people on board. So
does Crowdfunder accept Bitcoin directly? If you wanted to go through Crowdfunder and use Bitcoin to invest in Herc, you could do that?
They do, and actually, we helped to design the portal. So our awesome team and kind of worked in tandem to have a smooth transition from Crowdfunder, and our development team integrated the Edge wallet ability. So that way a noob can then open up an Ethereum wallet, an Edge wallet, and be able to then buy first, open up the wallet, and then be able to put the Herc keys into the Edge wallet. So it's all about trying to make crypto, and specifically Herc crypto, more accessible.
So you started with the Anthem Gold project built on top of Herc to kind of as a proof of concept, right? To like sort of prove to other companies that it is a blockchain that works. It's not just vaporware, right? So could you kind of explain that experience and what led it more from like a springboard situation to what you're really doing now with the grounded pound with Herc? How it started with the Anthem Gold, how and why, and what are you going towards now with the Hercules project?
Totally. We started building with digital assets and gold and blockchain about 6 years ago. Our team launched the first fully gold-backed token. So we're pretty proud from the heritage standpoint. Fast forward.
And we lost Anthem mid-sentence. Oh, I'm so sorry for that, guys. Logan, it looks like you're still in town.
I am still here.
The star of the show.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. I was going to say maybe you could pick up where he left off, but he has returned.
Hey.
App crash. Okay, Skype is back. So anyway, we basically realized, in short, after developing the first gold crypto token, that we needed a way to prove the authenticity, because everybody and their mother, father, cousin was saying they were doing a gold token. So we realized the way to do supply chain. We realized that Bitcoin is by far the strongest database. We need to plug into it. And we realized we needed to make it so big that it would keep innovating, that it needed to basically touch all kinds of stuff. So that was what Hercules basically evolved from. So about a year ago, we spun off Hercules, and then Logan leads the dev team. He built the first version with the dev team in March and been testing it. I think we're through 3 external audits. In the meantime, we also built the Vault. We have Vault team, Vault software. Built the first version of Hercules D-App, decentralized application on Android platform, specifically to audit and really serve as an auditing tool, more so verification tool for auditors. So that's kind of the legacy. We really came at this with a purpose, and I would say we're probably maybe a dozen out of 1,000 public blockchain organizations that didn't just copy somebody else's blockchain, or didn't come out with a token that didn't have working software. So Hercules, we were working software with a token on day one, October 29th. And you can see here we have a pretty formidable proof of work here in terms of what we've done in the gold digitization space, and excited to finally launch. So yeah, Anthem Gold should be launching. It looks like Q1. We just announced a press release today. So that was really exciting, and yeah, just super stoked. So,
well, that's what kind of got me really intrigued when I came across the project of Anthem Gold. Was you have history in the legacy gold industry, and you've had a genuine problem that you wanted to solve, a technology that now exists like blockchain, and utilize that to solve an existing problem. It's not like a lot of these companies or a lot of these projects that come out with something that isn't really solving a problem that it didn't even create yet. It's like this was something I thought was really interesting, and it makes a lot of sense that you springboarded it into what it is now as something that's a solution for not just your own problems that you have had with the traditional legacies, but that other people can utilize for as well. And I thought it was really interesting that you gamified the security aspect.
Yeah.
That people were always like, well, how do I know I have gold that's backed by the token? Where's the verification? I thought there was no trust. Verify. And you guys really made it interesting gamification to kind of incentivize the security behind that. And I thought that was a really cool concept, especially early in the time where these projects were coming out, where they weren't as creative, and I thought that was really creative. What kind of inspired that security measures? And if you could just tie in a little bit of explaining it so people could maybe participate in that.
Yeah, Logan, do you want to go into Hyper a little bit?
Yeah, I'm here right now. You can see it is the Human Initiated Performance Report. Is the very first ever gamified internal review function, which is something that auditors and accountants everywhere just want to ensure that you can have a validation of 2 lists before it goes into a full audit.
Okay.
We have here a Web3 game. If MetaMask wants to operate today. Let's see if there it is. In a MetaMask, and now MetaMask doesn't automatically approve Web3. They want you to make sure that you know the domain, a little bit more security on their end. It's a Unity game built with an Ethereum .NET ASP. We can build an Unreal Engine, and we can put this on EOS as well.
Holy crap.
My bandwidth will... there it is. Cool.
Welcome
so we're at
to the Hercules.
So this is how an end user could participate in securing the Hercules network for the Anthem Gold platform and actually earn as a participant in the security role that they play.
Yeah, our first rollout of the smart contracts are they're taking the top 5, which it doesn't seem to want to load for me. So we're doing the top 5 for the payouts, and then we're going to increase in scale on how many we can keep in the contract as we scale forward. So we have our tutorial.
So it's kind of an incentive to start participating now while you're earning more, and then as it gains value, people will earn less, but the early earners will have a bigger, value at the end.
What's going to happen is in the Hercules supply chain platform, supply chain managers will be able to effectively put priority to transactions, just like in mining fees today. And those transactions and that priority fee will be locked into the contracts that generate these puzzles. So every time a transaction is made on the Herc chain, a puzzle is generated. And we have puzzles to go through because we have assets floating in Hercules today. So
I used to hate these kind of puzzles when I was a kid, man.
I suck at those.
Yeah, dude, I suck at these games.
Can you make it like a maze? Worse. Like, make it like a maze so that I can actually win something.
So this is more like a proof of human thing, right? Like, to make sure that it's not a bot and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, we've set into motion a very all game developers would understand the code necessary to stop bot action and not allow for automated moves to be done.
Well, you're proving yourself pretty human right now, man. You're really messing that
up. I was thinking in my head, I'm so happy he's not nailing it right now. Hey guys, why don't everybody watching head on over and do a screen cap of how long it takes you to solve one of the Hercules puzzles and tweet at me on Twitter, because I would love to see who can get the fastest puzzle solving record. That would be hilarious.
Come one, come all. Validate our chain.
Exactly, dude. I love it, man. I love that, dude. It's so unique. It really is such a unique way to incentivize participation. And it's really cool educational tool, too, for people that want to earn crypto and participate. And, this is a great way to do it. So I thought it was a cool concept. What kind of inspired this?
I went to university for game programming and development, Champlain College. Right in 2010, Bitcoin came out. I was just very fortunate to, come up in the right time. They were teaching micropayments in games and, gamified, incentivized, everything. It just makes sense for the future because the generation after us, they're really not going to care unless they're getting a social score, they're getting a monetary value. It's fun. It's something that's going to provide them a function.
Yeah.
But it's not what they have to do. So this is also the the go-between a human providing the initiation of a function and a robot doing it. And in this case, it's a contract to start. We scale up from there, including different automation techniques and, technology that, given the way that we scale exponentially as a species, we should be there in the next, 5 to 10 years of technological evolution.
I think it's going to take you 5 to 10 years to solve that puzzle.
I'm almost there, guys. If you guys want to bridge over until I...
Yeah. So right now, what are you guys looking for the Hercules team? Are you guys looking to bring any new team members on?
I'd say yes. Quality assurance devs, anybody that wants to come in and, show their prowess. I mean, we want superheroes.
Woo! He did it. Yeah. So you're looking for developers and people to contribute. How can they contribute? Like, specifically, what are you looking for? If anybody's like listening, or if they know somebody that's out there that may be looking to, participate with a project, because right now
not just any project though, a project that's doing stuff.
Right, because that's what I was just going to say. A lot of projects aren't doing anything, and they're laying off a lot of employees because they were vaporware projects the whole time. And it's really hard out there for a developer. So what exactly are you looking for, and how can people participate and get in touch and get in contact?
We have this bug bounty happening. It's constant. We have a Herc hackathon event. We've got different slideshows too.
Oh, nice.
We've got different hackathon event happening on GitHub currently and constantly. Just be involved. A really fun Discord. Just come one, come all to experience what it is to be on an agile, waterfall-based. We throw in some Jira. It's really a nice professional, remote, be in your home atmosphere, because we're internet people. We want, the world to see that you can be a decentralized, globalized team and nothing can divide you.
That is, yeah, you're right, and that's the power behind the blockchain, really, and these projects like yours utilizing that power to stretch, and be universal and global, as well as having that wholesome home type feeling. Like as the bounties go, what are some of the bounties that you may have out there, as far as, is it like security bounties? Is it, graphic design bounties? What kind of bounties are we talking about here?
I would say full development bounties. Anybody that can come in and, show that they can build the platform. Anybody that can come in and, show an exploit. If there's something that is there, we'd like for pull requests to be made, issues to be raised. If our documents aren't, if you get stuck in a place on a document, it happens all the time. We're building EWASM, Ethereum 2.0, and we got it built up to speed. It's mining the testnet. But to go a step further, there was an issue in their documents. We rose an issue. They got to it. They built up to that point, realized that there was, something that they didn't put down in the markdown, in the README, and we're building forward with them. So just, being on the cutting edge of Ethereum, understanding that utility token if our platform does move on to that network.
Damn, wow. All right. Well, Anthem, is there any projects that you're trying to, work with specifically or appeal to, or is there anybody that has reached out that you're working with as far as these go, like similar to what you've done with Anthem Gold? Has anybody been like, wow, I really have the same problem. How can you help me with this, Hercules blockchain project like you've done for yourself with the Anthem Gold?
It's constant. It's daily now. It's many times a day now. And it's just, it goes the gambit from food to petrochemical to digital rights management to insurance, finance, and retail, you name it. We pretty much have been approached by the industry, and so it's just kind of like a first come, first served basis. We're a software organization, so we're here to serve clients, and we want clients to come to us. I mean, ultimately, it's 1,000 Herc tokens to start staking your own supply chain. So it's about $400 roughly in the Herc price, and you can use the software a million times. It only costs you $32, to write, read. That's just basic usage, text, and if you need to use pictures or videos, something more, of course, there's always more cost. We're always going to store more data, just like any data. So, but in terms of projects that we work with that help support us, that are part of the multi-layer, IPFS, Storj, Ethereum right now, Factom, they all help us tie indirectly Bitcoin. So, we're grateful. We're excited. Thanks for helping us get the word out about Hercules. Herc.1. Check us out, and it's just we want the community to grow, and people love playing games. We're going to keep growing Hyper, and you're going to keep the arcade going, and just it's a lot of fun. So bringing people into crypto and making it worthwhile.
Well, that's why we're doing this Satoshi's Ball, to bring people into crypto in, a safe, fun way, make it worth their while, and educating them along the way. And I'm really excited because, Sean said, we have about 10 companies that are coming out to, have a presentation there, and what I see a lot of times happen at these events like this is the germification, the crossbreeding of, I have this problem, I solved that for my project weeks ago, and I can help you with this, I help you with that. Like, you've worked with other projects from like Edge Wallet and stuff like that, and it's just really cool to see other projects helping solve problems and work together in a collab, no pun intended, because that's where we're going to have the event, but it's like a collab environment where these, a lot of these cross-pollinations happen. So I'm really excited to have Sean, right? That was your name?
Yep, I'll be there, and look forward to get to meet some of the other guests that are there, and you can talk about some technical stuff or some whatever you want to go into.
Well, yeah, I figure since we have you here, I would segue just a little bit to cover some of that technical. And I'm just wondering, like, as a developer, what were some of the hurdles that you had to overcome with a project like this that you're working with? Since all this is relatively new, I'm sure there's been some difficulties. I'm just wondering maybe what were some of, like, your aha moments working with a blockchain project?
Well, I kind of fell into Bitcoin very early.
Oh, cool.
And so I wrote my first Bitcoin application in 2010.
Oh, shit.
And
okay.
So
we have a badass over here.
Well, but I've had a lot of aha moments, I guess, along the way, and I've had my butt kicked along the way.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the big things when you're first coming into cryptocurrency, it's just like this big monster, and everything's really confusing and stuff. And you start sort of teasing things apart, and stuff starts to make sense. And at the end of that, like anything, once you start peeling away the layers, you start realizing, wow, there's what looked like just like a pile of junk is actually like a Picasso, and or a Mona Lisa, whatever you want to use. So I think it's a sort of a journey if you're like a developer, and it's going to be probably a little bit of a hard learning curve, but you can get through it. It all makes sense.
And Sean, I mean, you've been well placed in the Toronto scene for, gold and Bitcoin, as it were, right?
Yeah, I had the fortunate or unfortunate experience of starting up like a Bitcoin over-the-counter Bitcoin exchange in Toronto, and did it pretty early, and so I had my life turned inside out, you know, like with the banks like sort of waking up to having a Bitcoin customer. Anyhow, but so yeah, I mean, I've had gone through like kind of, I've looked at the whole space just kind of like totally grow and change, and I think, you know, I think we're still early in the whole cycle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think Canada's leading the way in an amazing way. It just set itself as a potential epicenter, you know, for blockchain technologies and companies, because
it's doing a lot of stuff in the space, and there's like already an organization working with the government to try and set regulations and stuff. So I mean,
and Kyle Kemper's leading that, which is really freaking cool. Seeing that, and Toronto has been, I mean, Canada alone has had some amazing events, but Toronto with the Futurist event was
they have good meetups. They've got a good meetup scene. Have you been going to the meetup scene, Sean, much out there? Like, are you pretty involved in the crypto community like that?
I get to events here and there, and but you know, kind of I remember sort of like back when it was really, really small, you know, and like you know, you see sort of some of these like big name guys just kind of like walking around, because they weren't big guys now back then, you know. Anyhow, but so it's the whole thing's changed over the years, and yeah, I think Toronto has been really kind of like a mecca for crypto in some ways. I don't know why, but
I think it's just because there's so many people like in the Toronto area compacted around. It's a business epicenter there. You guys have a big financial district too.
Yeah. It seems to be that Canada is fairly open-minded about cryptocurrency, and I know that a lot of some of the early exchanges were here, but yeah, it's kind of been an interesting ride.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool projects.
I wouldn't say I'm like a huge active mogul or something like that in the community, but some people know me.
That's awesome, man. Well, looking forward to meeting you in a couple days.
Yeah, right. It's going to be fun, man. And Logan, you're a developer as well for the project. So I was just curious about some of the things that you may be working on that you could actually talk about. I know that you can't say too much, but what are some of the things that you're kind of working on that maybe you've been having a hard time with? Is there anything that you've been grinding on specifically that you can touch on that's supply chain, blockchain related?
Yeah, so we've been developing pilots, the research documents necessary to go into the pilots, with a well thought out plan, different extended verticals of which will be releasing the information about soon. So we're really excited to, build towards a fully operational terminal operating system for, shipping port to port. So this is all on our roadmap. Moving forward, we'll have, a very transparent and open source repositories for all of our progress moving forward. Different things with the IGBC registry DApp to make it easier for people Ethereum for your wallets like that.
Oh, cool. So ETH and KennethBozak.eth, and I even bought like TrevonJames.eth and CraigGrant.eth and MadBitcoins.eth and Trevon and ToneVase.eth. I bought all these awesome Ethereum names, and none of these wallets are using it yet. So I'm really excited to actually be able to use this amazing feature that Ethereum offers, with your platform, because nobody's using it. And I think it's one of the real important things that we need to build on top of that leads to that, crystal clear on-ramp for these noobs, right? Instead of a giant public address, they have the Ethereum name or something to that effect.
Yeah, just send the money to @SeanHebert, not... Here, let me copy paste my
22 exactly, dude. That is really cool, man. I'm excited to check that out. And I know Anthem, you guys gotta, we gotta wrap things up soon. I was just wondering maybe what are some of the things that you're excited about for the future of Hercules? Where do you see this in the future where, mainstream companies are using it? the way that it could solve the problems of the traditional legacy systems, the friction that it could save. Like, do you see any? Do you see a potential for people to lobby against using blockchain for this? Like, there's insurance companies, there's, you know, there are people in place that kind of profit from things falling off of the back of trucks or getting lost in paperwork. And I'm just wondering if you're kind of worried about any of the, you know, the pushback or anything, like the potential to be too disruptive, because something like this is really powerful. Do you see any potential, like, you know, being so disruptive? Like, what are you looking forward to in this as a disruptor?
Sure. Yeah, no, definitely. All legacy businesses pretty much are getting disrupted. So really, when you're looking at blockchain, it's a software protocol. So it's like a network protocol, like email or HTTP, you know, web surfing, but it runs like software, and so you need keys to access the software. So the cool thing is that it's super cost efficient because it's networked around to like spread the cost around, but it's secure. Like, whereas central software is not secure. So Google got hacked, Marriott got hacked recently. Everybody's always getting hacked. Yeah. People get it from time to time or realize it from time to time. And that's really where blockchain software like Hercules is really secure, because the network secures the software. So, you know, that's why shows like yours are really important, because it helps to, you know, get through with our bias, basically, which is sure, but then above that, data integrity. And you only get that with true trust in numbers, and you only get that with really public blockchain. So.
Yeah, I see that integrity not just rub off, but I see it kind of appreciate it when I attend other events and I see other established, credible, you know, companies that are partnered with you, utilizing you, or you're helping solve problems, or, you know, I just like seeing the cross credibility. Because when you go to these events, you attend, you're in person, you have a different perspective, right? Like you're saying, besides the biasness of the media, even the biasness of my own YouTube channel, if you attend an event, you have that filter-free experience. And I've been able to have that attending these events, seeing how other projects work or associate with Hercules and Anthem Gold, because of how reputable you are, and actually have something that is viable, that is being used. And throughout this whole year, that is something that's been underappreciated, is actual projects that have something. So, you know, big shout out to what you guys are doing, and everybody watching, please pound that thumbs up button. Don't forget to click subscribe and flick the alert bell. It's right next to the subscribe button. You'll get a notification every time I do a live stream. I do one every day. Check the links in the description box below, and you can enter in the Discord, the Telegram, the chats that they're in. You can participate in the bounties, the developer programs that they're hiring for. You can check out, you know, the gamification and earn some crypto. We'll put all the links in the description box below. Thank you all, guys. I appreciate it. I'll let you get back to your night. Have a day.
Thanks.
Thank you.